Hello, it's Rozalind again from Diabetes College. Let's Diabetes. So we're just going to really have a close talk about what we can do for each other in order for us to beat this epidemic called diabetes. It doesn't have to stay with us. We can always say you're not welcome in my household. Okay, so at an individual level. So imagine a situation where you have obesity, that's you're a bit overweight, or you have this abdominal obesity, and then your doctor tells you blood sugar level is on the high side. You're not yet a diabetic, but you are on the road to being a diabetic. What can you do for yourself then? You can reverse it. You can pull yourself back. That's the great news. So at that point, what is happening in your body is your body is either not making enough insulin for type 2s, or it's making some insulin, but there's resistance because of the abdominal obesity. So your body works so hard to produce too much insulin to overcome that resistance. At some point, the poor beta cell of the pancreas will probably pack up on you. Before this happens, you can help yourself to improve the activity of that beta cell, to make available to really manage yourself and reverse that situation. So that is where I mentioned physical activity on the previous episode, and I did mention that research have shown that it's superior to medication, physical activity and diet. So there are different types of physical activity. Physical activity is any bodily movement that requires your muscle to move around. So one of its kind is the one we call the LSPA, that is the lifestyle, sports and physical activity. So lifestyle, sports and physical activity. In that one, it just includes your daily routine. You are just doing your home chores, doing your dishes at work, and also recreational purposes. You're probably just outside on your lawn, you're shoveling snow, you're sweeping, you're outside of your house. Just little things that you have to do. Just make sure you're the one doing it yourself. This time, you don't give yourself the privilege of getting a home help to do it for you. So just engage in that activity. It all counts. Another one is exercise itself. Exercise is described as a structured and planned activity to improve certain aspects of fitness that benefits your health condition. It's structured, it's planned, and the idea is consciously burning some energy. So it could be just you taking a walk around the park, around your house, or something you have planned. Okay, I'm gonna do this for 15 minutes every day, or I'm gonna do this for 30 minutes every other day. Remember the idea of 115 minutes of exercise per week. So you can spread it across the days, but it has to be a planned thing. It could make your heart beat a bit faster. It could make you sweat, but it's a conscious thing that you say to yourself, I've done my exercise today. So in addition to that, we look at your diet, what kind of food you have in your plate. There are some things you have in your plate and you go, oh, I know I shouldn't be eating this. Yes, they speak to us. We do know what is right. However, the exercise part and the food part are going to be addressed again. So that is individual approach for you. This is what you do for yourself. This a study that was quoted in International Diabetes Federation has said that 10 out of 11 persons with diabetes, an 8-week 600 calorie per day diet resulted in normalizing blood sugar level. What I understand from this is they reduced their caloric intake and had more of vegetables in their plates. Like I said, that is going to be addressed by. So another thing that is really very, very important is actually communication between a patient and the doctor or healthcare provider. This is actually directed at all healthcare providers. It's very important that we try as much as possible to communicate effectively. It has been observed, according to the International Diabetes Federation, that communication with the doctor or the patient, they tend to acknowledge a lot of health problems. So that way you find out that maybe this patient is a wee bit overweight. You might ask more questions. You will be able to save life if you find that out and communicate it effectively. The qualities of communication, listening and explaining and counseling a patient. We should be able to share their lab results effectively. We should be able to tell them what the results mean. It's not just enough to say your result is okay. All these things are updated. According to Diabetes Canada recently, if someone's blood sugar level is 5.6 millimoles per liter, then the person is at risk of diabetes. Are you going to say to the patient that is normal? You need to just let the patient come back again because the patient is at risk. If a patient is of any of these ethnic minorities that are at increased risk of diabetes, have we addressed that? Have we addressed about family history of heart disease and diabetes? This is a little we can do to be able to accommodate a lot of things. Give them a wee bit of time, and then that way we'll be able to identify people with pre-diabetes, refer them to the appropriate quarters, provide them with that information, and they will know what to do. So that it matters a lot. That is the management at the professional level for all professionals. It's extremely important. It is our responsibility to make sure we have that overall holistic assessment and be able to identify pre-diabetes. At that point, they can easily reverse it if we are able to point it out to them. The next level of approach, which have also been identified, is family communication amongst each other. The typical thing that happens in families is, as a mother, you go and your doctor tells you your blood sugar is on the high side. Then you're like, okay, you come back home and you have your own separate kitchen, your own separate dishes, your own separate food. And your children do not exactly know, you probably do not exactly explain all these things to them. It is extremely important that we have one dish. As an old person, you can't say, oh, they're still young, they can eat whatever they like. Share the family history with everybody. Let everybody know what mom, dad, grandmom, granddad have. Any health condition, share it and let them already know how to begin to address it. Introduce that healthy diet to everybody. Let them know the benefit and importance of it. So imagine a situation where a family communicates all this together, tell them of the risk factors, tell them of the chance of developing diabetes or cancer or whatever ailment is that if these measures are not taken. They do not have to wait till they are diagnosed with diabetes. As soon as a family member have diabetes, everybody's at risk. And so one of the things that we have identified to reverse or prevent or delay diabetes is lifestyle modification. So whatever we are doing, if it's the healthy plates, everybody needs to be part of it. If it's the house, if it's the exercise part, everybody needs to be part of it. So these are the preventive measures to reverse diabetes. Like I said, what works for Mr. A might not work for Mr. B, and that does not invalidate what Mr. B is doing. Every little effort helps. Healthcare professionals should address the concerns about family risk information about developing type 2 diabetes. And when they provide this information, you take it home to your family and discuss it with your friends and relations as well. According to the International Diabetes Federation, research has proven there's a possibility you could reverse type 2 diabetes. And this you can do when you pay attention to lifestyle modification, which is diet and exercise. And like I said, diet does not have to be expensive. Exercise does not have to be rigorous. If, however, things do not go the way they should go, then medication can always be introduced. With that, I'll say we will be looking forward to the next episode, which will demonstrate what all these are about.